images also impact things like your ad performance. And brands are starting to understand this, but I want to share with you how you can do even better than your competitors. Are you ready to unlock the strategies that will scale your Amazon store to six figures and beyond? Whether you're looking to grow sustainably or scale with confidence, we've got the insights and tools you need to succeed. Welcome back to the Six Figure Amazon Store podcast, the show where we help you build a thriving Amazon business with actionable insights and strategies. I'm Becky, your host. Today, we're going to tackle a crucial aspect of your Amazon listings. And I've talked about listings a lot, but this one can actually make or break your sales, and that is images. So today's episode is titled, Are Your Amazon Listing Images Costing You Sales? And Here's What to Change. So if you've ever wondered maybe why is your listing not converting despite maybe you have a pretty good amount of product reviews, maybe you have your pricing competitive, but your images could actually be the missing piece. Images also impact things like your ad performance, and brands are starting to understand this, but I want to share with you how you can do even better than your competitors. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly what changes to make to ensure your listing images are not just drawing attention, but they're actually getting clicks and then driving those conversions to sales as well. So when it comes to selling on Amazon, your listing images, they're often going to be the first thing that a potential buyer sees. They are going to play a big role in really conveying the quality, generating interest, convincing shoppers to actually even click into your listing to learn more about your product. And I've seen brands who had incredible products, competitive prices, but they struggled with low conversion rates. And when we analyzed and looked at their listings, we actually found that their images simply were not selling the product as effectively as they could. And this is really, I would think, more important with online retail like Amazon, because this is the first impression that people will have with your brand and with your product. So let's talk about some common pitfalls in Amazon listing images. And more importantly, what can you do to make sure your images are working for you and not against you? So let me share a quick story about one of our clients, a personal care company. They had fantastic products, really good reviews. However, the biggest problem was other third party sellers had set up their listings on Amazon. So listings were set up by others, not by them. And they didn't yet have control over their Amazon listings either. So they wanted to make it easy for people to find their listings on Amazon. And also, they wanted to be able to take over and grow their Amazon sales. And their images were one of the first things that we noticed needed an upgrade. Their images weren't optimized really for Amazon. The main image usually lacked appeal for most of the products, which was really hurting their click through rate and also how many sessions or even visitors had come to their listings on Amazon. And the supporting images, so like the secondary images after the main one, they really didn't showcase the product benefits effectively or even at all. So in their niche, perhaps even yours, for instance, ingredient labels, that was really big. And now those pictures were often missing, and that's going to be huge because when people are trying to decide on Amazon if they want to buy your product, if it'll work for them, if it will solve one of their problems that actually led them to search on Amazon to buy something, then they need to know exactly what it is that they're trying or potentially buying. Now, in previous episodes, I remember I have mentioned before there's other sites that people are researching, think things like Google, but on Amazon, they're actually searching because they're ready to buy something, which is why you see that the average conversion rate on Amazon is around 11 to 12%, and sometimes much higher with more niche products. And that is because people, like I said, they are ready to buy something. So once we help them kind of revamp their images to really highlight the product's unique features, we made sure that the ingredients were shown. There was lifestyle, images, lifestyle appeal. They really saw a boost in their sales, and their conversion rates have actually been increasing year over year as we've been tracking that as well. Also, their traffic to their listings has been improving as well. Now, it was a powerful reminder. Images aren't just required, and they are obviously on Amazon. You have to have at least one image, but they're also one of your strongest sales tools on the largest e-commerce platform. So let's dive into what you can do to make sure your Amazon listings images, those aren't costing you sales. So here's some of the essential steps. The first one is make sure your main image, that first image, stands out. So that main image, that's going to be the first things that shoppers are going to see in the search results. So it has to be clear, it should be high quality, it should be eye-catching. And let me just say this really quickly. You should be investing money into great photos, especially if you're new to Amazon. You just can't cut corners here and expect to gain traction. Images are the first of part of many pieces that must be done right for new listings. And if you're skipping out on that, you're just not going to see the results that you want to see. Now, you want to ensure that your product fills, like the image fills most of the frame. So 80% is, Amazon's current requirement with it should be well lit, it should have a clean white background. That is really required by for Amazon's main image. And that compelling main image, it can really grab the attention and also increase your click-through rates. So how many people are actually clicking into your listing. Now, also, you want to compare with what your competitors are doing with their main image as well and look to see what can you do to make your image stand out. What can you do better with maybe just the pure visual aspect, knowing that this is what customers are seeing when they decide if they want to click into your listing or not. Some of the things you won't be able to change, for instance, maybe like your branding, but look at and see what you can be doing different and better. Now, this will impact also how well your Amazon ads are doing because Amazon won't show your ads if they aren't seeing your listing convert well, because Amazon ads are a cost per click, meaning a person actually has to click into the ad to then see your product listing. So that's another reason those images, especially that main image, is really important for Amazon ads. Next, you want to use high quality or high resolution images. So think about because Amazon allows for high resolution, you want to make sure they're sharp and clear. You want to make sure that customers can also zoom in so that they can look at details. And that really helps increase their confidence in your product's quality and understanding even what they're potentially buying. So, grainy, blurry images, those will make your product look unprofessional. Those will help, like basically, those will lead to missed sales. And with how competitive the market is and growing every year in competitiveness, if you can't do your images right and if you're not able to invest in ads and you're new to Amazon, it's going to make it very hard to do it really well with your Amazon sales. So, third is you want to highlight key features with lifestyle images. So, show your product in use. Lifestyle images, they're going to help customers envision how their product is going to fit into their daily life. So, include images of people enjoying and using your products and also make sure that your who is in your images is going to resonate with that target buyer so that you can help potential buyers connect with your brand also on an emotional level. Fourth is add infographics to communicate features and benefits. This is something kind of unique to Amazon that's a little bit different than maybe your Shopify site where they're just on your website and they're just looking at your brand. On Amazon, they have in their mind, they may have already been clicking into other listings for other competitors, or they may be looking at yours. So, infographics are really a powerful way to communicate information very quickly, knowing that people sometimes won't read all the copy, but they will look at the images, typically all of them and especially when they're on mobile. So you want to really use those images to highlight key product features, your dimensions of your products, anything unique and a unique selling position of your product should be there. It should give them clarity. It should help reduce any kind of hesitation that they might have from buying your product. And ultimately, it should help boost your conversion. So, infographics, they should be catchy. They should really illustrate those benefits of your product, showing why you're also better than the other options out there. Because remember, on Amazon, they do have the option to click into other competitor listings and decide what they want to purchase. So, think of your direct competitors when you're making those infographics. And another tip is to incorporate clear branding elements. So, consistency in your branding across your images, it's going to build trust and really make your listings feel cohesive with your brand. And this could be really kind of you could be adding logos in one of the corners of one of your images, or you could be just using the same color palette across all your images, which you really should be, as well as your brand fonts so that if they, for instance, have seen your brand and product off of Amazon, maybe they've seen it on social media, for instance, then they would be able to easily recognize and connect that this is the same product. This is the same brand that I've been exposed to before. So, maintaining that consistent brand aesthetic, that's going to help build trust, familiarity with your shoppers, especially those that are new to your brand, which Amazon is a great place to acquire those new to brand customers. And the same thing should be happening with any kind of creatives. So I've mentioned mainly the images referring to those main images that you see on your listing, but same thing is true for your A plus content images. Also think of your brand store images and pages as well. Those should have that since they all have a creative element to them with those visuals, they should all have that cohesiveness to them using your brand style guide. And as a quick little bonus tip, whenever you can, incorporate video into your image set. If you have Premium 8 Plus content available to you, then it should be there as well. Also, your brand stores, you can be adding video to that as well. And there's several types of videos that you can create. I could do a whole, podcast on that, but building a portfolio of good videos, that's going to help your listings to convert better. And we have seen as much as over a 20% increase in conversions from before when the listing had no video but good images, but then after adding in a video into that image section at the top. So your Amazon listings, those images they're going to play a big role in converting potential buyers into customers, which is what you want to see happen for Amazon. Now, if you focus in on high quality, relevant, informative images, that's really should be showcasing your product effectively and it then will drive more sales. And really think about it this way, your images are kind of the 24/7 salesperson for your listings. They should communicate the value that you bring and your product brings you should be building trust with those images. You should make it easy for customers to imagine owning and using your product. And then changes that you're making to your listings. The nice thing about those, and this is something I really love that people forget, is it will have a month over month impact and effect on your conversion rates. So it's worth investing into images that are done right because if they're improving your conversion rate by even 5%, that's going to be every month, it's going to be improving. It's going to have from, like, your baseline, it's gonna be at that 5% better, but it's not just gonna be for that 1 month. It's gonna be month 1, 2, 3, 4, etcetera. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about images and even video as well. So thanks for joining me today on the Six Figure Amazon Store podcast. I hope that these tips are gonna help you as you think about really revamping your listing images to really then boost your sales. Until next time, keep optimizing those listings and happy selling on Amazon. Just like your customer reviews on Amazon help you grow, your review on Apple Podcasts helps us reach more brands like you. If you enjoyed today's episode, would you please take a moment to leave us a review? We'd really appreciate it. Thanks so much.